Hey guys, welcome to Sketch A Day. I'm Spencer and I'm excited to be here. Thanks so much for all the support, for the messages, the comments. I love when you guys comment on the videos, so be sure to drop something if something comes to mind or if you have any questions. Also, you can find me on Instagram at sketchaday.com, hit me up on Facebook, but most importantly, if you have no idea what this is, I'm an industrial designer. I've been doing this for a while and I just love drawing. And so I strongly encourage you to subscribe, turn on those alerts because you don't want to miss when I come online. That being said, today we're going to be doing something simple. I'm going to be using pens, pencils, and markers to draw a toothbrush. If you don't have any of those things, just grab whatever. It really doesn't matter. You can follow along with whatever you have. So I'm just going to be using those tools. But with that, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to grab my tracing paper. And when I'm in doubt, or if I'm not really sure about the design, you can rough things out, but I have a pretty decent idea of what I want to do. So with that, I'm going to start by just drawing a simple line on my paper. And on that line, I can draw another line that's kind of angled, almost as if it's 90 degrees in perspective to this line. Now with the base, I can start by sketching in a profile like so. And I'm starting with the bottom of the toothbrush, and I'm saying this is the top. For the top, since it's a mechanical toothbrush, I'm going to sketch in some bristles here, all the way around, like so, just on top of a little ellipse. We can have kind of a ball head here, like so, and figure out some of these details as we go. Now at this point, where I have kind of this intersection happen, I'm just going to sketch in a small curve and then work in a transition into the head. And so now I get to decide how I fill in the rest of this. And this is kind of where the fun happens. And you can do a few of these once you have these points set. So for the handle, I'm going to say right about here is where I want my handle. And now I have my head where the handle stops and the base. And on the base, maybe there's some sort of charging contact. Not that you'd put a household plug in that, but maybe that's where it sits on its charger. Actually, I'll change this so it doesn't really look like a plug, but we'll say that this is where a toothbrush charges. Now for the handle, I'm just imagining that, my hand is holding this, so I want something that looks like it could be ergonomic. And so just sketching in a light curve here and on the back, like so. I now have a shape for my toothbrush. And we can start to divide this shape. So maybe the handle right here, we have some sort of elastomer material, for example, and maybe this is where our button is to turn on and off. So for the head, just another line like so, and then I can just create the transition for that toothbrush. And just to help it be grounded on the page, I'm going to leverage that line I drew initially, draw another line like so, and I'm going to create a nice drop shadow for this guy. And that could be shaded in. Now for the actual shading, just to keep it simple, we can do something like use just a simple gray, or in this case, maybe I'll use something like a blue marker here. And I can kind of hit this blue section like so. And trying to be somewhat judicious with the marker. On tracing paper, it doesn't absorb the ink like it does on regular paper, so you'll want to pay attention to that. Plus, one of the cool things is I can actually flip the paper over. And so if I want to get some additional value from the same marker, I can come in on the back side to then create a more interesting gradient on the front. Now for these other sections, I've got this pencil, and I really like the look of pencil on tracing paper. So if you just kind of hit the sketch a little bit like so, then on the shadow core on the top, and we can continue that into the base like so, just to get some nice value, shade that, or value difference rather, contrast, shade that in on the head as well, and on the neck, just like so. Okay, now that we've done this hard work though, we can actually take this same sketch and do an overlay if we want to. So let's say we wanted to change the shape of this profile somehow, maybe add some details, or it could be some nice grips or whatever the case may be. I can actually just draw over this and leverage the sketch I had before. This is I guess an extreme toothbrush. It's got ridges all over. Maybe the base is a little bit different, for example, and the profile, we could say, might be a little bit different. So maybe there's a little feature line here, and the button. What if the button were something of a circle or ellipse? Okay, so that's our on and off button. Carry that feature line through like so. And on the head, we can do something similar. Carry that through. I'm not sure why this would be have a sharp edge, but we're just having fun. Okay, and there's our motorized head. Another ellipse. Make the edges a little jagged. And we've got some bristles. So there we have, leveraging the same sketch, another idea. And like I said, we can take a pencil if we want for the secondary idea. Just hit it real quick, like so. Get our grooves in, like so. And there we have another quick concept. So this is just a quick and easy way to iterate on ideas. Just even adding a little bit of marker. You could shade in the shadow, that kind of thing, scan these in, and composite. Certainly having additional ideas on the same page will help fill out the page. So if that's something you want to do, like if you're actually building out a sketch page, just even having this secondary idea helps. Quick hit with pencil, like so. And now we have another idea, and we could keep going on and on, for example. So hopefully this gives you guys some ideas about how you can work iteratively and quickly, just by using, maybe this has a funky base, but just by using tracing paper, markers, and some pencils. So just again, quick pencil hit, like so. And we have some additional concepts to then kind of flush out a presentation. Well, thanks for joining me today on Sketch Day. Having fun as always, and thanks so much for watching if you've made it all this way to the end of the video. I upload about 3 or 4 times a week, and so you'll want to hit subscribe, turn on alerts, or just come say hey on Instagram. That's totally fine too. Facebook, I'm pretty easy to find, and Twitter. Well, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time right here on Sketch Day.